All right, so today we've got Jack Skilly, the professional NHL hockey player, who is our guest today. And I'm really excited actually for this particular topic because it's exactly on the same page that I've always thought as far as success. So I have a mentor who's always said, success is an individual definition. Success isn't something that you open up in the dictionary, it's the same for everyone. Everybody has a different definition of success. And a lot of people will open up Facebook and see the guy with the Ferrari and the private jets flying all over, and they start to think, gosh, that guy's successful. But maybe not to everybody. Everyone's got a different definition of success. And I had a small conversation with Jack yesterday, and we were chatting about this. And so I'm a firm believer that success is an individual opinion. Maybe for some, they don't want to be the best they can be. They're content being the person they already are. And to them, that's successful. So if you want to hear a great conversation in regards to what success is to you, you're definitely going to want to check out, from a professional NHL hockey player. This guy has played at the pinnacle of major league sports, and so it should be a really good conversation. You're definitely going to want to check out the show.
Hi,
Hey,
how's it
what's
going?
on?
I'll give you the elbow bump. Good to see you too. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to K-Talk Radio, 1640 AM. This is the show, Utah Home Sweet Home. I am your host, Yoshi Shiraki, and our special guest today in studio is Jack Skilly, professional NHL hockey player, professional European League hockey player. I mean, everything. You've had quite the career. I had to Google you to read all. I mean, it was a lot to read.
Yeah, it was quite the suitcase.
Yeah. So very special treat for us here to have a professional NHL hockey player in studio, and I'm very excited about today's show because we're going to be chatting about, a couple different things from success. I want to hear a little bit about Jack, and you turned pro at 20, correct? I mean, that's what I found on Google.
Yeah.
Okay.
20, right around there. Yeah,
Perfect.
so.
That is young, right? Or is that normal for hockey?
It's relatively normal nowadays. It was pretty young for that time.
Gotcha.
It was kind of right when the NHL was shifting to younger players.
Ah, okay.
So I was pretty wet behind the ears.
Got it.
First experience going in the room and being around a bunch of grown men with wives and kids, and
yeah,
I'm 20 years old and didn't really fit in right away. It was kind of scary, to be honest.
Got it. So, did you come out of college? Is that how it happened?
Yeah, I played 2 years at the University of Wisconsin.
Okay.
We were fortunate to win the national championship my freshman year.
Oh,
I was
wow.
Madison native too, so that was big for me.
Oh, heck yeah.
Finished out my sophomore year, felt like I was ready. Hindsight being 2020.
Yeah.
Pretty naive to think that way. Wasn't ready, but great learning experience turning pro and kind of being thrown into the fire right off the bat.
Yes. So, you played 2 years of college, which means then you probably got drafted early, kind of like you hear. Maybe I hear, because I follow the NBA a little bit more, these kids that get drafted early, right? Is that basically what happened with you then? You're just like, hey, he's talented, let's pull him out of college and have him come play pros right now, kind of like the LeBrons and stuff?
Well, for my story, it was different. I felt like I was ready. I approached the GM at one of our rookie camps this summer where they allow guys to pay their way. If you're a college player, you got to pay your way.
Yeah.
The NCAA stuff. But I was there practicing with the other so-called rookies or the prospects.
Yeah.
And I caught him in the lobby, and he asked me how I was doing, how I was like in college, and I basically just told him I'm ready to go whenever you are.
Oh, wow.
And
Nice.
he said, well, we'll throw you in the fire if you're ready. So I said, all right, let's go. And then next thing you know, we started negotiations, and that was it. It happened so fast. At the end of my sophomore year, I had signed and then went and played in the minors, actually.
Okay.
Because due to the rules, if you if I jumped right into the NHL, they would have it would have burned a year in my contract. So they
got
wanted
it.
me to get some pro experience right at the end of my college years. So that was kind of the process. I felt like I was ready. Had a conversation. They pretty much agreed.
Got it.
We'll sign you. Here you go.
Got it. Okay, very cool. So we were talking just a second ago before we were live on air how you've been playing hockey since you were 3, right? Did I hear that right? I was in the other room, but I heard you telling Bailey.
I've been skating at least since I was 3, possibly playing hockey since I was 3. I mean, my dad used to flood the backyard.
Oh, nice.
Get into a rink, so I mean, I skated year round.
Got it.
Yeah.
So at what age did you know in your heart that you were going to be a pro, that you were going to play in the NHL?
I'd say right around 13 or 14 years old was the day I remember making the decision to tell my dad that this is it for me. I was playing other sports up to that point. I just said, Dad, I'm a hockey player. I'm going to be a hockey player, and I'm going all in. And that was, I do remember that conversation. I'm pretty sure he does too. It was kind of a groundbreaking moment for both of us.
Heck yeah.
So.
Yeah. Did you believe that at 13 because you were already substantially better than other 13-year-olds?
I had always been one of the better players on the team, yes.
Okay.
I think it was just my dad was my coach. He had a background in hockey. He was actually the first person in our family to play the sport.
Okay.
He actually played at University of Wisconsin as well. So he had a pretty good background, had some friends in the hockey world locally in Madison. So I was around good people. I learned the game, and I had some good genetics from him, I guess.
Yes.
And yeah, I was one of the better players, and that was just kind of how it just played out. I mean, it was pretty smooth sailing, to be honest, up until I was around 18, 19 years old when I got into college. So.
And competition got increasingly better.
Yeah. When you start climbing that ladder, things get a little tighter. So.
Right. Okay, very cool. Can you please tell me and share with the listeners a little bit about your entrepreneurial venture? I know a little bit just from Jonathan, but can you tell me a little bit about your business?
Well, it started out as a workout group in Madison, Wisconsin by my personal trainer, my athletic development coach, Steve Merlin.
Okay.
He's been doing it since the 90s.
Got it.
30 years now, 30 plus years. So he was a University of Wisconsin strength and conditioning coach. He also was a San Jose Sharks strength and conditioning coach. He always laughs that those are like his peaks of his career to people, but his definition of success is totally different. Right?
Yeah,
So, but anyway, so he started this workout group Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 a.m. at this local high school gym. A time zone that the gym would never be used. It didn't matter. And then it started with like 6 of his buddies, and the next thing you know, it just grew naturally and organically over time. And then consistently 30 to 40 people have been showing up ever since.
Gotcha.
And it's a donation gift economy base. So it's like you donate what you think it's worth for you. Once a month, once a year, daily, per workout, whatever.
Right.
But he asked, normal comers, like $3 per workout, please. If you're coming consistently, just free, like whatever. If it's worth more, then do it. And that was his like gift economy business model. And he'll tell you point blank, Jack, I'm the worst businessman that ever exists. And in some ways he is, but I would kind of battle him on that. In other ways, he's very interesting. He's very intelligent. And when I decided to take a 10-month hiatus or retire, I was retired last April. I was kind of in this mode of service. I didn't know what I really wanted to do, the next path I wanted to take. So I said, I want to serve people, and the best way I know how is to create a group like Steve has. And I was training with him for the last six years. Nice. I know his stuff like the back of my hand. I can coach it. Yeah. I can learn more. Right. I'm going to learn more. Yeah. And I just wanted to create positive change in people's lives. So we did that. So we created that. Jonathan, I met him early on. He's been helping me out in ways. Now that's been kind of like an official thing where it's called FMT Life. Nice. Functional Movement Training for Life. Got it. Jonathan's been kind of on board helping me when I can't be there.
Very cool. And just so the listeners know, Jonathan Garcia is a 2-time Olympian.
Yes.
So you've got a professional NHL hockey player, a 2-time Olympian, doing how did your mentor state it? In a charitable economy? What did he call it?
Gift economy.
Gift economy session that I've been attending now. Attended twice, which is absolutely awesome. I think that if you're looking to get in shape, and what's great is it's outdoors, and if you're, So I go to the gym at 5 a.m. because that's the only time my wife will let me go because of COVID. She's like, you're going to go when it's empty. If you want to work out, you got to go when it's empty.
Right.
So I get up at 4, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then I'll go to the gym from 5 to 6. And then, because my wife won't let me go when it's more busy, right? She's just against it right now. She works for the hospital. And so she hears statistics. She's a little more sensitive to statistics because she hears them daily versus people
part of her daily life.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And so my wife's all over that. She's like, yeah, that's great. If you want to work out there, that you can go. So it just happened. The timing is perfect.
Right now, yeah, we're actually trying to create as well time for the workout. It's actually becoming more perfect, I think, for people because we're going to be creating another workout time slot. So
that's
we're
right.
going to go 7 a.m. and noon starting next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And it's either, anybody's welcome. So when a new person comes on board, I take down their email, add them to the group, and you'll be on the email group forever unless you unsubscribe. That's how it works. Super simple. Sign a waiver, you're in. Anybody's welcome. Anybody that wants to just get moving. And that's the whole concept behind this, and that's what Steve's methodology was I always try to coach people and teach them while we're at the class. I'm not just throwing a workout up on the board and saying, hey, do this. Yeah. Do the CrossFit Fran or whatever the workout of the day is.
Right.
No, I actually want the whole method is what Steve did to me, what he does to other people in his classes. I want to teach you how to fish. Yeah. I'm not going to go catch a fish for you. Right. I want you to actually learn how to move well, what moving well actually means, what it actually looks like. Yes. And I want you to actually see firsthand how much more flexibility and how much more loose in a good way you get from an unglued from movement. Yes. Not static stretching. Yes. Not putting a ton of weight on your spine. Right. Just moving with body weight or dumbbells, med balls, aqua bags, lighter weight movements. Yeah. But as you can attest, it's not easy. No. It's not easy. You're still building strength. And it's just kind of like we're talking success is relative. Yeah. Oh, my heart was racing too. Strength building is relative. Yeah. I mean, it literally you don't have to be big to be strong. Right. So I think that's the whole concept all in the one little nutshell is just we're trying to get people to become unglued. Yeah. We're trying to get them to feel healthy and feel like they're charged up and ready to go into their workday. Right. Especially if they're working out early in the morning. Yep. And do you know what I love about so I never have been ever introduced to this kind of regimen, style? What would circuit training? Circuit training. Yeah, I've never been introduced to this type of circuit training before, and I only know first of all, I'm not a fitness expert, so just let's get that clear. Neither am I. Okay. And I was never a professional athlete either. Okay. So I know how to go to the gym and bench press. I know how to gym and squat. I know how to go to the gym and lunge. And it's a very stiff movement. And sometimes I question, why do I even need to be strong? I sit at a desk most of the day. What's the point of strength? And I started really appreciating the mobility of what your exercises have been doing for me and the flexibility. That's what I need, right? I don't really need to bench press 300 pounds. When am I going to need that bench press strength? When am I going to ever be laying on my back? Well, the funny thing is this is what, and there's probably listeners out there that love barbell training, and hey, more power to you. There's a time and place for that, go ahead. Yeah. But the whole concept of it as a non-athlete in general, even as an athlete, it's called the sagittal plane, which is straight forward and back. Yeah. So when you grab that barbell in any position, you're locking yourself in the sagittal plane. Got it. We move as human beings in the transverse plane. Right. So if you're, as an athlete, your sport has a lot of rotation, why would you ever train in just the sagittal plane? Right. So that's kind of our concept, is we want to make sure that we're training for not only life, but sport. Yeah. Becoming better athletes. But you touched on one thing, expert, and I told you this yesterday. I hate that word. Because even though I'm a professional athlete, and I have years of experience moving and learning all these things from countless strength and conditioning coaches, studying it myself, and all that, I think there's no humility in the word expert. Oh, sure. So when someone says, I'm an expert in this, or I'm a guru in this, I tend to run really fast in the opposite direction. Right. Because I think I'm looking for that humble leader, the person that I know is working hard every day to keep learning.
Right.
Someone that knows what they don't know,
Mm-hmm.
and someone that's willing to admit that.
Right.
And I think that is why I love Steve, my old mentor slash coach, because he epitomizes that in all aspects of his life. He literally preaches what he already lives. And I think that is something that we try to, the concept that Jonathan and myself try to bring into FMT life is I'm not going to coach you something or put you through a movement that I'm not going to do myself.
Right.
Or I don't know the why behind.
Right.
I think that's another pitfall that people get into is they just do it because of conforming.
Yeah.
So-and-so's been doing this and he's been getting ripped, so it's going to work for me. Or this trainer says do this.
Yeah.
You can ask your trainer why.
Yeah.
Please ask your trainer why.
Right.
Because athletes do that all the time.
Right.
And it's a good tell as an athlete if your trainer can't tell you why.
Right.
Or his why is, or her why is, it looks cool.
Yeah.
Or because it's fun.
Right.
I'd question that.
Right.
So I think that's all the things we want to bring into FMT life is teach you how to fish in that way.
Yeah.
We want you to know the why. We want you to know the exact why.
Right.
And have the freedom to ask.
Yeah.
Challenge me. Please do. Because if I don't have my why, you better bet your rear end I'm going to go back home and I'm going to study the why.
Right. So. Gotcha. That's awesome. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right, so we just got done doing the radio show with professional NHL player Jack Skilly, who came in and shared a ton of great stuff from entrepreneurship to his business that he started to being able to pursue your passion, which is one of the things that resonates with me so well, because for the people out there who know me, my friends and family, I have never stopped pursuing my passion. Yes, I do things like real estate. I fix and flip houses. I buy rental properties. I assist clients with buying and selling homes. I've invented a dog leash where I patent it and we're selling those. I have multiple businesses. I published a book. I've got multiple businesses that help obviously support my family. But for those of you who really know me, I have a side passion. Actually, it's my main passion. It's my passion in life. It's not my side passion. And my goal is to one day be able to have what I do for a passion be able to also generate an income. So it was so nice to hear Jack talk about pursuing your passion. So I hope you guys definitely listen to this whole show if you didn't get a chance. Great advice from a professional athlete. And I think that's just going to wrap up the day here at the radio station.